All right, so this is another video. I don't know if it's the second or the third, frankly. Is it the third? And it's about collecting sounds. So one of the things you will do for your audio documentary is do a long-form interview with an individual or individuals, but you will also want to record the sounds of life happening, the sounds of that environment. And the very first thing that you want to do is do like a sound inventory. So let's say that you're doing a project at the Coffee Hag. You want to think, what are the interesting sounds at the Coffee Hag? Maybe it's people working with customers. Maybe it's somebody answering the phone. Maybe it's conversation and so forth. So we are here with Beth. Kristen, can you show? There's Beth
There's
again.
Beth.
Hi, we're in the main office now, and I'm going to be trying to record some sounds. Now, I've done the sound survey. I think it might be interesting to capture Beth interacting with some students. Might be interesting to walk down the hallway with Beth. These things would make a nice sound. And of course, kind of a classic is Beth answering the phone and helping a customer. So I'm going to hit record. I try to record one sound per recording, and then one track. One sound per track is the way that I try to do it. But I happen to know if I walk over here, it's possible that the phone might ring. And I'm going to get close. Always close with the microphone.
Communication Studies, this is Beth. Hi, how can I help you?
I had a problem with getting into my classes.
Okay, could I get your tech ID?
Yeah, 1-8-4-2-7-7.
Okay, and did you want to change your major over to Communication Studies?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
And this is great. And then we'll close the light, and you can say a nice goodbye. You're being
Well,
great.
thank you for calling Communication Studies. Yep, bye.
Now, a couple things. First of all, that's the quietest phone I've ever heard in my life. Normally, phones actually ring, and the ring sounds nice. Normally, you can't hear the person talking on the phone over here, but that is life happening, and that is a phone call. And I'm going to let this recorder go a little bit, but now I'm going to hit stop because I've got Beth answering the phone, and I might use that in my recording in some way, shape, or form. Now, I happen to know another thing that Beth does. Liz, is this going to be all right? Okay. Another thing that happens is Beth and Liz do some bantering each day and each morning. Do you not?
Yes.
So I'm going to stand here in the middle. What do you all just pretend you're having a conversation?
Oh, we usually talk about faculty.
Yeah, you do. All right, so that mixes that. So how about?
So what did your husband think about getting stitches in his lip last night?
Yeah, he was not super thrilled. He
like
was super
that?
embarrassed. Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that
Okay.
youth rifle took him out. Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
He'll never forget it.
I won't let him.
Perfect.
So now what we have there is the sound, and we may or may not use it. Again, always record a lot of sound. So I would record a couple of minutes. That's just bantering. And that might make it into my recording in a number of different ways. Now let's assume that we have a student walking in and saying hello, and Beth is going to greet that student. Now here again, I'm going to stop this. I know some people are coming. All right, now it just so happens I'm going to be hanging out.
Hi, Beth. Hi, how's it going?
Good. How are
Good.
you?
Very good. Is there anything I can help you with today?
Maybe change my major.
Okay. Can I get your tech ID?
118
And
don't do anything. 298.
Yeah, just use the same rules as applying phone numbers and songs and
Yeah.
things like that. Okay. So now what I've been recording there, now obviously this is fake, folks. I think you know this. But I would be standing around and I would be recording real things of Beth helping a student or Beth bantering with her office mate and so forth. These things are life happening, and they actually sound pretty good. And one of the keys with any sound that you record is to get close to it. Come on over here. Thank you, by the way. Come on over here. Let's suppose I'm going to record Beth typing. First of all, I'm going to record for a while, and then secondly, I'm going to be close. And I'm going to do that for a while. I'm making it fast here because I'm trying to make the video a little bit short, believe it or not. And but I'm going to record her typing for a couple minutes because the more that I have, the better. All right. Now, last thing I'm going to do, well, they're not last thing, two last things. Another thing that we often do is we have people. Audio is actually, believe it or not, very visual, and so we have people do things for us. And we ask people to do things. So I'm going to hit stop. I'm going to say, Beth, could you do me a favor? I noticed that your office is full of photographs. Can you tell me what the photograph is? And
This photograph is a picture of my 3 daughters. My oldest daughter is Abigail and will be 13. The little girl half smiling is Emma. She will be 7 in April. And then my little one just turned 5, and that is Madison.
And what else do we have up here?
So, and then I also have a picture of a butterfly with Madison's footprints. And then last Christmas, her picture is standing in front of the Christmas tree, and then a spring flower made out of Madison's handprint.
So first of all, this is kind of nice, right? Like, that's sort of beautiful that these things are here. It tells us a little bit of something about Beth as well. I would record maybe even a little more. I might ask a couple of questions, but that might make a really good recording. And it's kind of an interview, but it's kind of collecting sounds, or in this case, her talking about something. And then last thing that we're going to do is I'm going to, and you can't usually fake this. We're trying to fake it so you get a feel for this, but usually when it's fake, it sounds fake. But let's pretend that Beth is coming to work. I might catch her at work. And if you don't mind, do you have a key? All right, we're going to walk down here. I know it's getting a little dizzy. Don't trip trying to.
Okay.
Yeah, come on out here. We'll close the door. So I might, for example, literally walk down a hallway with somebody, and let's walk.
Okay.
So this is it. We're here.
Where?
So, and again, you'll notice I was always close with the recorder. You're always recording everything at -6. -6 is a number that we're going to be talking about all the time, but you're holding the recorder as close to things as you can. Sometimes you'll back off for like conversation between people across a room and things like that, but usually close. I had some notes. Let me make sure I got everything here so you need to get everything you know. Record a lot of sound, a lot of it. Get too much. You always want too much. Get close to what you record. Do that sound survey. What are the interesting sounds in the room? Think about that critically. Have your partners help you. You have partners in this. Whenever possible, record one sound at a time. So for example, the door opening and the movement, one sound. Beth explaining the wall, one sound. Bantering, one sound. But let the sound go a long time. Students make this mistake over and over again, so do others, but they try to do it too fast and they have like 20 seconds of sound. Record 2 minutes of the sound, and then you can use it in all kinds of ways in editing. Work together with your team, because people will hear things that you might not hear. Be sure that you're quiet, your team member, everything can pick up. A student, for example, came in, a real student came in, and that ruined our recording in some ways when Beth was talking about this. So be sure that your team is quiet. And then finally, be respectful, but don't be afraid to intrude, because the only way that you're going to get sounds is to be intrusive. Hey, do you mind if, when that phone rings, if I'm kind of over here? And I'm going to have to be intrusive. You just have to be. And it's a little goofy and a little odd, but, you know, life will go on. People deal with it. I think that's everything. Am I forgetting anything? Oh, and last thing. I know I said last thing several times. Our real goal, one of the goals, is to record life happening. Recording Beth walking in and opening that door and saying, well, here we are. That's a great sound. Recording somebody answering the phone or describing things, that's a great sound. Recording this copier, that is not going to be a good sound. It just sounds like a copier. So we'll talk about that a little bit, but recording life happening, action, just like you've heard in some of your audio stories. That's it. Thanks.